Welcome back to Bleav in Celtics. I'm your host, Courtney Tate, and we have a lot to get into this week. Now, before we dive into the latest headlines, just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who tuned in to episode 3. We talked about Jaylen Brown's knee surgery, Joe Mazzulla scouting overseas, and we started peeking into off-season trade possibilities. Now, if you missed any of that, go back and check it out. Now, this week, we've got real updates on Jason Tatum's Achilles rehab. We have a huge honor for Payton Pritchard, and we have a little spicy back and forth between Magic Johnson and Celtics Twitter. And of course, it is the 1-year anniversary of Boston's most recent championship. We are covering it all today. Now, let's start with possibly the biggest headline this week, a real update again on Jason Tatum. We've been tracking this story since the injury happened, and in the playoffs, that devastating Achilles rupture, but we've got a much needed update from someone who's actually been right there with him. Celtics free agent Torrey Craig. In a recent interview, Craig shared that Tatum is already getting into a rehab routine, showing up consistently at the rehab center, and most importantly, he's been in good spirits. Craig says he's always in with his trainer, doing his rehab. He's smiling, he's joking, and having those normal conversations that Tatum usually would have in a day-to-day setting. Craig said he even posted a video of Tatum laughing while getting treatment. And let me tell you what, seeing that genuinely would make any Celtics fan pretty emotional. Now, again, as someone who has covered this injury since it happened, to see Tatum just 30-ish days into his official rehab, smiling and laughing through the pain, that's a great sign. Now, we don't know who's in his corner mentally right now, but clearly the support system and his own mindset there together, that is going strong. Again, this man, he has also always carried himself with a level of grace, like even when he's dropping 40-point games. And now we're seeing that same grace as he fights his way back. Of course, he's got a long road ahead, maybe anywhere from 7 to 15 months. But seeing him smile this early in the process, that is everything. All right, Celtics Nation, let's talk about some Celtics who absolutely deserve the honors in this postseason awards. First up, somebody special by the name of Payton Pritchard was officially named Boston's Sixth Man of the Year. And I mean, the team called it a no-brainer. And of course, they're not lying here. He put together one of the best, if not, again, the best season of his career. 14.3 points per game, 47.2% from the field, 40.7% from three-pointer. He played 77 games off the bench. However, if there was ever a time where someone went down with an injury for the Celtics, guess who stepped up in that starting lineup and excelled immensely? Of course, Payton Pritchard. Now, he's already won the most improved player from the Celtics internal awards. And honestly, he might have snatched sharpshooter of the year too, if not for what Porzingis did. But let me be crystal clear. I do think Payton Pritchard is one of the most important players on this Celtics roster. When Derek White or Drew Holiday check out, the Celtics don't lose a step, and that's rare. Pritchard, he plays hard, he plays smart, he plays with crazy passion. Players and coaches around the league have taken notice of Payton Pritchard's game. People like Ben Simmons, Eric Spoelstra, Al Horford, even his teammate Jaylen Brown have all showed him his flowers, given him his flowers, showed him that respect. Now, before we just don't take my word for it, let's listen to this clip from Thanasis Antetokounmpo where he recently praised Payton Pritchard. Take a listen.
Payton Pritchard, listen to me. If I could take one guy outside of the Celtics, like if the Celtics today, you told me tomorrow, you have one button, and one of those guys won't play against you ever again from the Celtics, that's Payton Pritchard. I didn't say Jaylen Brown. I didn't say Jason Tatum. I didn't say Kristaps Porzingis. I didn't say Drew Holiday. I did not say Al Horford. I said Payton Pritchard. So underrated.
Before you explain that, I just want to reiterate what you said. If you were able to make one player from every team never play against you again.
Never play, not against me, just take them away from their team.
Yep. You're taking Payton Pritchard off the Celtics.
Of course.
People are going to have some thoughts on that. Explain
you can have
why.
as many thoughts. We can clip this and you can underneath the comment. And I can explain exactly why it is.
The floor is yours.
So I'll give you an example. Have you watched the games? Did you watch the game against Chicago?
The Celtics game or the Bucks game in Chicago or the Celtics game?
No, Celtics in Chicago.
Yeah, I think I actually did watch that one.
You watched the whole game?
Because he hit did he hit a buzzer beater to end one of the quarters there? Like he does.
Forget about the buzzer beaters. When all of them don't have it, they're not feeling it. This is the guy who always does. I am telling you, this guy is so underrated. He's a dog. Like this guy, I can't explain this. I've seen clips and I study the game. I'm not just saying stuff just say, oh yeah, I'm a big fan. No, I study the game. I see this guy playing one-on-one outside court. This guy has so much love for basketball. So that's dangerous when you got so much love for basketball and you ready to rock. So like I said, from the Celtics, if I could say like, hey, I don't want to play against him. I don't want to play against him. Take him out. Rest. I'll play against the rest.
Fair enough. Cool. I like the explanation there. I think
yes. And
people would assume it'd be this other player.
No, people can assume that, but like it's things. And the reason I say that is because he's underrated.
I got one. All right, cool.
He's so underrated.
There you have it, folks. And again, this is the nicest Antetokounmpo. He is an analyst almost at this rate. He's somebody who really takes critical study of this game. So don't just take it from me. Take it from people who are really around this league, who are really students of the game. And they're telling you this man, Payton Pritchard, is one of the most critical assets of this Celtics team. He is a dangerous, passionate player. And again, I really feel like if you're talking about Payton Pritchard, he could go to a many of teams around this league and actually start on those squads. So again, with all the talk about offseason trades and Celtics potentially shaking things up, I'm just saying losing Pritchard would be a major mistake if you're the Celtics. So while we're talking about standouts, let's break down the rest of the Celtics official team awards for the 2024-25 season. Most valuable player, Jason Tatum, of course. Most improved player, Payton Pritchard. Interesting. 2 awards this time. Defensive player of the year, Derek White. That man is a dog, both ends of the floor. For sure, a lock-in player on this roster for this team for that championship last year. Defensive player, 6th man of the year. Of course, we said it, Payton Pritchard. Game of the year, March 8th versus the Lakers. What an incredible game that was. Sharpshooter of the year. I'm shocked by this one. I'm not going to lie. Sharpshooter of the year, Kristaps Porzingis. And again, Porzingis might raise a few eyebrows just because he only played in 42 games, but we'll see the numbers here. 41.2% from 3. That's the best of his career. One of only 6 NBA centers to hit 41% from deep. Okay. Attempted 6 threes per game. Crazy volume for a 7-3 big. And he wasn't just efficient from long range. Porzingis was one of the top mid-range shooters too, here hitting nearly 49% from 5 to 9 feet away. So yeah, injuries aside, when he did play, and we've talked about his value when he is healthy, he is lethal. All right, team, let's go ahead and shift gears just a little bit. And let's talk about a little bit of this Celtics-Lakers rivalry. Why don't we? Because, again, Magic Johnson recently has broken the internet, taking shots at the Celtics. So this rivalry is clearly alive and well. So let's break it down. When the news broke that the Lakers were sold for $10 billion, breaking the Celtics' recent sale record of $6.1 billion, Magic Johnson just could not help himself. He went to X and posted, just like I thought, when the Celtics sold for $6 billion, I knew the Lakers were worth $10 billion. And if you know anything about Magic Johnson, you know this is not just shade. This has come with a deep-rooted history. So let's talk about the history for a second. Magic Johnson won 5 titles with the Lakers. He faced the Celtics in the finals 3 times in the 80s. He won only 2 of those matchups, though, but he never misses a chance to troll Boston. So, and of course, you have Boston fans in those replies, and that really took me out. You have Bill Simmons' first response. He says, "We'll have to settle for having 6 more championships." Hello, we're talking about money here, but we need to see the rings, and the Celtics have more rings. At Celtics_prom clapback, he also said, Celtics don't own their arena. The Bruins owner does, but they do own 6 more championships. Okay, the tea is hot there. Listen, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. The crypto arena being owned by the Bucks family definitely helps inflate that $10 billion price tag. But again, the rivalry never dies. It is forever smoke with Magic Johnson. All right, Celtics fans, in honor of the NBA Finals closing out, we will crown a championship tomorrow on Sunday. Now, on June 17th, 2024, the Boston Celtics took down the Dallas Mavericks in Game 5. You heard it there again. Game 5 to win their first NBA title since 2008. And this week, on their 1-year anniversary of that championship, Jason Tatum took to Instagram to post a simple but strong messages. Flowers die and diamonds don't, will be back. That photo, him and Drew Holiday celebrating mid-court after sealing the finals. And that picture, if you are a Celtics fan, gives you goosebumps. In that final series, Tatum averaged 26.8 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 6 assists this season. He was named first team All-NBA for the 4th straight time. But this anniversary hits different because while the Celtics nation is reflecting on the highs of 2024, we're now facing the uncertainty of his recovery in 2025. The future may be unclear, but one thing isn't. Jason Tatum is hunting down another championship. All right, now, Celtics Nation, we're not going to go deep into the NBA draft because we are talking all about the NBA draft in next week's episode after we figure out who the Celtics are picking with their number 28 and 32 pick in this year's draft. The Celtics have options. We know this, but with Tatum out for most, if not all of next season, the pressure to win won't be gone, which means these picks could very well be on the move. Areas of need, though, when we're thinking about the upcoming draft, this team needs size. Absolutely. And they could also do very well with adding in a sharp shooter, some veteran depth even. So we don't even know what they're going to think about doing in this upcoming NBA draft. But we can only hope that they bring someone that is going to give this size situation some help and maybe some depth situation, some help without Jason Tatum on the floor the upcoming season. I don't think the Celtics use both picks unless they're trading for an impact player around the league. But either way, we'll be watching. The draft is just days away, and this front office has literally been so quiet. All we've heard is news from everyone else. We have heard nothing about what this front office has in mind for the upcoming season, the upcoming draft, the offseason trades. We have no idea. So we'll just continue to sit here and wait and wait and wait. All right, Celtics fans, that brings us to our hot take of the week. Okay, and this one is really simple. Just my hot take this week, Jaylen Brown needs to stay in Boston, period. Okay, so let's talk about it. Jaylen Brown recently got emotional during a 741 performance event at the Boys and Girls Club, and he spoke about what Boston means to him. Take a look.
What does Boston mean to you?
Boston means to me, Boston means, I look at Boston as like, home away from home. I'm not from here, but it's like I've been here for almost 10 years now.
Who's from here?
I'm a Bostonian now.
You know it?
You gotta say it on dogs for the one time.
On dogs. On their dogs.
Oh, that dog, yeah, we outside.
Now you see that team. You can see that everyone in Boston loves Jaylen Brown, and the love is reciprocated. Jaylen Brown wants to stay in Boston. He literally said it himself, I'm a Bostonian now, and that hits so hard when you really thinking about being in Jaylen Brown's shoes and knowing how much you've given to not just this team, but to this entire community. Remember, his nonprofit helps people of color in Boston help find jobs and housing. So to step into Jaylen's shoes and to have every single day have to wake up and wonder if you'll be shipped off to another team, that has to be an emotional experience for him. And well, I really hope that Boston considers all things when Jaylen Brown's name comes up in those front office trade talks. We don't see Jaylen Brown get emotional often like this. And so to see his heart so tied into this team and community, it's powerful. And yet his name is still being floated around in trade talks constantly. And I'm just going to say it. Jaylen deserves to stay in Boston. He deserves to be valued just as much as Tatum, if you rightfully ask me. And he deserves every penny this organization is paying him. And I know that they are paying him a pretty penny. But let's take a note here. He's a champion. He's a finals MVP. He's a leader. And according to him, he is now a Bostonian. So Boston, keep Jaylen Brown in Boston. Make this team a dynamic duo featuring featuring Tatum and Brown, and we build from there. So if you know me, you know that this is one of my favorite parts of the show, seeing what Celtics Twitter or X, whichever one you want to go with, honestly, is saying all about all of this week about your team. Let's get into it. At Celtics Unite 18 tweeted, Jaylen Brown deserves the chance to prove himself and lead a team. Trading him is not the answer. I mean, obviously, we just spoke about it. You guys hear what my hot take is on this. So 1,000% in agreement. This team, again, their success is built off the back of Tatum and Brown. And to break that up right now, that would be devastating for this team. The Celtics official account has been nonstop posting tributes to Jaylen Brown this week. So maybe that's a good sign, Celtics Nation, that they are not planning on moving away from this man in the slightest. And let's not forget, today, again, also marks the 1-year anniversary of the 2024 championship parade. You guys flooded those streets in Boston. So for the next 24 hours, the Celtics are still technically the reigning champs. And Celtics fans on X have not let you forget it. So if you want to go back and you want to bask in the all of Celtics glory, get on X, get on social media. Today is a great day to do that. They are honoring all day long that Celtics parade, showing clips, highlights, moments, laughs, cries, everything Celtics championship before we crown another NBA championship this weekend. All right, fans, and that you have it. That does it for episode 4 of Bleav in Celtics, hosted by me, Courtney Tate. Next week, we're diving into the NBA draft. We're talking about what it means for Boston and any breaking news in the offseason we will unfold in next week's episode. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Courtney. I'll catch you next time.